You just heard, and also Zulu Strings, which you might have caught last weekend, are both going to be on that new album release. Richard Kingswell with you. This is 2019 on Triple J. Okay, the most confusing band in the universe, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, are back with new music. Let's just backtrack a little bit. So they're up to album number 15, all right? The 15th record is coming, but in 2017 they gave us 5 albums, you might remember, across the year. And then in 2018, well, they gave us nothing. They took a bit of a break, did a lot of live shows though. So far this year they gave us a new album. The title track of Fishing for Fishies is what you just heard there. But, 2-3 weeks on, I think, from the release of that album, they're already talking about the next album to come. And they've given us one song from it so far called Planet B. And then this week they gave us just this ferocious new song, which is called Self-Immolate, which I'll play in just a moment. So this new record to come from the Melbourne group is the hardest and fastest and most metal-sounding record they've ever done. Stu and Cav from King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard came into Triple J to have a chat to Veronica and Lewis this week to talk about, well, their future plans, but also what they've been up to recently.
We've been jamming, hanging, doing weird stuff. Lots of weird stuff.
Where do you do that? Do you have a place that you all gather?
We have a little warehouse kind of studio slash kind of hippie commune in Brunswick East. And we built a little studio in there a few years ago, and us and a bunch of friends make music and paint and make art and videos. We just go there and hang and chat and make music and do weird stuff.
And play with Cosmo's little sausage dog. He's cool.
Oh, great. You just sit around deciding which genre to make your next album in.
We just try to make music, and then we just kind of see what happens.
What is the genre or the vibe of this next album?
We were just trying to do the, heaviest or take it to the next level of scariness and fastness of anything that we've ever done before.
I just wanted to make it as fast as possible.
And we didn't kind of grow up making heavy metal, so it sort of comes from this maybe different place to usual. Cav's been playing a lot of double kick, and I've been trying to learn guitar a little bit better.
So, do you listen to a lot of heavy metal? Is this the inspiration?
I grew up on that stuff. I think a fair few of us did. I remember being obsessed with Rammstein when I was 8 or something like that. An older friend of mine was into Rammstein, and at school assembly, grade 5, we did a performance where we all headbanged to Do Hust, and I got whiplash, and I was really proud of myself. I think that was my introduction to heavy metal anyway.
Right, well, it's all making sense now. This song is called Self-Immolate. Feels like a super dark title and lyrics. Well, what was the inspiration for this one in particular? Why Self-Immolate?
The song is about being on a spaceship in Venus and jumping onto the surface and turning into a ball of flames.
Is it really?
Yeah.
People just saying they love the song so much. Other people wanting to know more about how this fits into the Gizverse.
Yeah, I mean, this one kind of, it follows its own kind of narrative. It sort of, it does go from point A to point B. The first, the side A of this record is kind of set more or less current day-ish, near future. The side B is kind of taken into the deep future of human exploration. Self-Immolate is on the side B. It kind of links into other stuff we've done, sort of.
Somebody on Reddit was saying, is it the end of the storyline of the sad cyborg from Murder of the Universe?
Nah, not this one.
Okay. Can you expand at all or no?
Well, I think it's pretty clear.
Okay.
It's pretty clear, when you kind of take the record as a narrative.
How much thought do you give to the Gizverse?
That's a word that I don't know who even came up with. So we've always tried to keep everything pretty linked and within the same kind of universe. So I think it's something that we consider a lot.
Okay, Stu and Cav there from King Giz, having a chat to Veronica and Lois this week. Okay, this is the new song. After this new song, I'll tell you all their touring plans. They're hitting the road in June. is the brand new single from King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Lockie in Melbourne said, is this new Giz or old Metallica? Very much feeding off some 80s metal in that track. Well, as the band said, they never have really played metal before, so they're coming from a little bit of an outsider's perspective on it. But that new track from King Gizzard also coincided with a tour announce. So they're hitting the road. They're doing a bunch of dates towards the end of June and into July. The two support acts are going to be Mild Life and Bitch Diesel. Tour kicks off in Melbourne at the Forum on the 27th and 28th of June. The 28th show at the Forum is already sold out. Then two shows at the TIV in Brisbane on the 3rd and 4th of July. Two at the Roundhouse in Sydney on the 5th and 6th of July. Then the Thebarton Theatre in Adelaide on the 12th. And then finally in Perth at the Astor Theatre on the 13th and 14th of July. On Reddit, apparently, the band revealed that the new album, they haven't put out a release date yet, but the new album is apparently going to be called Auto Cremate. So that's apparently what they've revealed to their fans on Reddit. But new King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard came this week. Coming up in a moment, we're going to hear another new local release for this week. Very talented guy called Jack Gray has a great new song, so we'll get to that right after this. Let's go to Scotland right now. If you like the Arctic Monkeys, early Arctic Monkeys, you'll find something to like in this band, I reckon. They're called the Snuts.
Have you been obligated, childishly praised, hopelessly underrated? Help me escape another cold November, stormy day. Do you remember when we got carried away, throwing stones at houses, sure it was fate. Our simple celebrations wasn't the way. We watched no television. Don't you remember when we? Don't you remember when we? Don't you remember when we? Have you been separated? Stormy days, just another youngster dated. Boy who plays with fire more than water. Do you remember when we? Do you remember when we were taken away? Not a way that they can stop us. Fully aware that it's not good but proper. And sunny days are few and far when you've been living in grace. Do you remember when we? Do you remember when we? Do you remember when we?
on Triple J on 2019. It's good, isn't it? Obviously feeding off a fair bit of Arctic Monkeys influence, but it's still done really well. That is the Snuts, a Scottish group. The rhythm in that track is really great, and they've actually worked with a hip-hop producer, Inflo, who's produced people like Little Sims, has produced that track for the Snuts. So it's their new single, and it's called All Your Friends. We'll get to that new song from Jack Gray. He's been off overseas, travelling around and supporting Dean Lewis on his international run of dates. He's a 20-year-old from the Sunshine Coast. He's just put out a debut EP. So we'll hear a track from Jack Gray in a moment. And also we'll head to Spain. And the brand new track from Rosalia is another real earworm. It's a great track from the Spanish Star. We'll get to that too.
The best new music around.
This is 2019.
On Triple J.
Like a Virgin! On Friday, Jack River covered this classic Savage Garden jam. Here's the original. And here's Jack River's take on it. Ooh, check out those sexy sax vibes. The video's up now at the Triple J website.
I've been getting by, I thought I had time. I won't give a lie to myself, I do it all the time. She's heartbroken, I'm just walking, so I do it all the time. I need to let it drive, she leaves me behind. I need to go down the coastline, can I get a ride? She's heartbroken, I'm just walking somewhere. Can I get a ride? No, I got no offers. Like this, I'm really good. I need to stop falling. No, I got no offers. Like this, I'm really good. I need to stop falling. Maybe I'm just a fool.
Something extra you need. Tez Automotive can...
About one of my favourite songs, Hello.
Honey, give away your lost Rolo. I say so, yo, you know how it goes. But the girls like...
I'm just walking, so I'm doing time.
So that's it, and it's all that talk about fire and burning and self-immolation and cremation is weird, because that is how Nathan died. Black Saturday firestorms, bushfires. That's how he died. Age 13. And this calculation is based off eruption number, 19. But it erupted again. So 19 has already happened. It happened today at 47 minutes past 12. That was the time in Canberra. I was making a video just after that. 13. Nathan was 13 when he died. So take the time of today's eruption, 12:47 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, add 4 days and 13 minutes, and you land on this same date. The one I've already calculated. 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, Thursday, 6th of June 2019. If that is the time, if that is the date and time, it'll be a new record. It'll be the shortest interval between two successive eruptions of Steamboat Geyser. Jason is a lizard. I was saying that earlier. He's a lizard boy, a dragon boy, and he likes sunbathing. He's a smooth lizard boy, and he likes sunbathing on big smooth rocks. And he likes skinny dipping in nice hot thermal pools in Wyoming. So just when I heard King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, I was like, wow. But then all the other stuff happened and I'm like, wow, 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 wow. Kabow pow. Crazy, man. Full on. So we all know something's going to happen.